make sure you just stretch out a little bit before we work out, but not so much of like static stretching, more of like movement stretching, bringing our muscles through full range of motion before we prepare our body for motion. This warm-up can work before anything that you do, whether it's a workout with me, a run, anything like that. So let's get right into it. I'm hoping that you guys either maybe jumped rope for about 100 jumps. You could even like pretend jump rope if you wanted to do. You can go, you could do some jogging in place, something like that. Anything that's just gonna kind of warm you up for about a minute or two, and then we're gonna go into dynamic mobility. So the first thing I love to do is I just love to shake my body out, very like no rhythm whatsoever, just getting the energy moving around. Just do that for a few seconds, settle in, and then let's start with some neck movements. Go ahead and bring those shoulders back, so the chest is out, thumb is rotated outwards, so the shoulders in a great position. And let's go 10 neck rotations. Loosen up the neck, about 10 times. And then you go up and down 10 times. I'll just do a couple to show you, and you can take your time to do them. And then left, right. One thing I really can't stand doing is like watching people grind their neck in circles. I like to break down the ranges of motion so I can really go through them and not feel like I'm grinding into my neck. Next, let's keep our thumbs still out and let's go into some arm swings up and down. Nice pendulum swing. You don't have to force it up. Just let your body or your arms move in the range of motion that's comfy for you. And then after about 10 of those, you can do some shoulder rolls back for 10. Again, try not to grind. Nice circles. After that, you could add some back strokes with the hands. Again, opening up the shoulder joints. I like to keep my fingertips spread while I work these. And then we can do about another 10 swing and hug. Open those thumbs and kind of give yourself a big hug. Aww, give yourself a hug. So cheesy. So some swing and hugs. By the way, I have a whole board of these crazy things behind me. All right, after those, you could do some shrug and drops. And then we're gonna move on to rotator cuff warming. Get those bad boys warmed up. And these are called eye swears or reverse eye swear. Bring those shoulders back, hands behind you. And come on up, be really methodical about this. Make sure that you bring your hands and arms into a nice 90-degree position. And after that, we can do some scarecrows for the rotator cuff. Get all the muscles in there. Stabilizer muscles that work for us nice and warm, especially if we're gonna do a nice body warm-up. Body workout that we're about to do, right? So upper body seems pretty good. How about some yarn balls? Bring those hands together. Kind of ascend and descend. About 10 or up and down, as many as you want. And I say 10 just as a rule of thumb, but you could do it as much as you want to feel warm and ready to move. After that, let's go to hip circles. I personally like to put my butt back as far as I can with straight legs so I can really feel my hamstrings here too. I'm moving down to the hips now. Take about 10 to the left, 10 to the right. And then we're gonna move down to our lower body. One of the ones I love to do is I get down on the floor, called hip internal rotations. I'll lay down on the floor, my hands will be wider than my legs, my feet, whatever. My feet will be wider than my hips, and I'll slowly drop in from side to side. Here's a little note, if you're gonna do this, don't wear these giant banana clips in your hair, or whatever these things are called. Back and forth, and then we'll do some double leg eagles. Go ahead and bring your flexed ankles and flexed knees together. And drop down, get a nice stretch, about 10 times, nice and warm. About 10 of those. Take your time, and then move into nice straight leg, active hamstring stretch. I hope you guys can see me. Here, let me move up a little more. Active hamstring stretch. So go ahead and bring your hamstring through a nice full range of motion. Obviously, you don't want to be in any pain or any shaking. You just want to feel a nice stretch right up the hamstring. Try and keep your butt on the ground. And make sure that both hamstrings are getting nice and warm for you. And then I like to do hip socket rockers. So you just cross over and rock those bad boys out. Now 10, again, taking the legs through nice little range of motion. We're active, we're moving, because we're gonna be moving in our workout. I'm not saying static stretching is bad by any means, because I really believe that static stretching has its place for increasing your flexibility and extensibility, especially at the end of your workout when your body's super warm. After that, let's do some piriformis rockers. So cross over, this is gonna get you right in here. Pull the foot in and just rock. You can put your hand on the outside of your leg. Make sure you bring your leg in nice and close. Rock it. Other side, bring it in nice and close. Rock it, and you're pretty much gonna feel it right through here. Awesome. After that, let's turn over. Let's take our hips through, well, first you're gonna wanna fix that, but I won't do that right now. Let's take our hips through some rotational movement. We're gonna do a kneeling trail leg. It kind of looks like a trail leg that hurdlers use coming out of over the hurdle. And 10 times on each side. I'm not showing a full 10, I'm just kind of giving you a little taste. And after that, how about a catcher's crouch? Widen feet, drop down, and just rock. Get some good ankle mobility. Oh my gosh. Get some ankle mobility. Yeah, that's right, I'm fixing my hair. Rock back and forth, you can open the hips. And there's tons more of these you can do, but these are just some great examples to get all of your joints warmed up and ready to go. Lastly, you can stand up and a couple ankle circles, right and left. There's hundreds and hundreds of these that you can do. These are just a couple. And that should be good. Just shake it out.